Welcome to Aussie Golf Review. If you haven't watched our channel before, smash that like button.
Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button.
And what do you do with that bell?
And you can do something else so you'll receive all our current videos.
Is that bell?
Oh, the bell thing, that's right.
Down there after you subscribe.
I should watch more stuff.
Alrighty guys, here we are down at Golf Central tonight. Question in my head is now, is TaylorMade the new king of forged irons? Good shot. Is TaylorMade the new king of irons? Now, Mizuno's always been known as nothing feels like a Mizuno. At least in what Richo's got there. So Richo's got the MP20 blade and then also the P7MB blade. I know you hit that one a little bit heavy, but now they're both made of the same material. 1025 carbon steel, both of them, as are these ones here, which is the MMC. Along with the MC, the P7MC from TaylorMade. The biggest difference now, yes, they're grain forged and grain flow and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you could hit some of them if you want. Basically, this is 2,000 ton press on the TaylorMade stuff, both of them. The Mizuno is 1,000 ton press. Does that make a difference? And I don't know if it does. Like, it'd be interesting to see what Richo has to say about these, because I've got KBS tours in all of them. We're just going to have a quick little hit. We're just going to have a bit of a chat about it, but it's just going to be sort of interesting if we can pick up anything different in noise, as in feel, because literally they're identical. Well, they're identical. They are the same steel used. One is being pressed more. Or a firmer press. Now, to look at them as a visual, are you noticing anything, Richo? Like beside one another? Like, I potentially would say that...
Really? I don't actually mind look at the TaylorMade ones.
Yes, I was just about to say, like...
They just seem to be sitting a little bit better.
Is the Mizuno slightly longer blade length?
Oh, look at that. Great at those clubs.
Maybe. Like, I can't tell. I cannot tell in the light here because we're under lights here.
Do you know the feel's very similar with
both
the blade, and I've got the... Do you reckon you're right? I reckon maybe a little bit longer in the blade?
Yeah, I don't know. There's next to nothing in it. Maybe the sole's thinner on the Mizuno, but the blade length is shorter on the TaylorMade. I don't know. But anyway, we've got that, and we've also got the 770 and the HMB as well. Again, different faces and everything as well.
Those then you can...
So the HMB has a forged chromoly face. The 770 there has 4140 steel face. Hollow head designs, both of them. One's got speed foam, one doesn't. They've both got tungsten. They've both got plenty of tech there. But the main thing we were sort of looking at, or I was really thinking about, was those two bad boys right there. So you've got the MMC versus the MC, and the MB versus the MB and the MP20. I don't really think that there's too much in it at all. I really don't think there's much in it at all. It's really going to come down to the consistency of strike, right? Like if Richo's going to hit a few and then I'm going to hit a few. I mean, I might not hit too many, but I know what mine feels like, which is the MMC with the setup I have. And when I was hitting the MC, the TaylorMade, I probably felt like the Mizuno was softer. But I really don't think there's anything in it. Like visually, Richo, anything different to look at?
Not really.
That's what I mean, and I think that's where TaylorMade, I think, have done a brilliant job. They've done a brilliant job because they're very traditional. Good shot. Very traditional, pretty similar. Like if you have a look at them in the close-ups, they're so similar across the board. I'm not saying TaylorMade's copied them because they certainly haven't. There's definitely different tech in amongst it. But what they have done is they've made some very traditional, brilliant feeling irons. I think TaylorMade have done an amazing job. Good shot. I think TaylorMade have done an amazing job, and it's certainly their best iron makeup in a very long time. Now you hit probably those two the best of the couple.
Yeah, and I probably hit a couple of extra ones because this is the sort of club I would probably hit go with.
Talk about that, because that's an interesting one.
Do you know what? I think the feel you get off these and the ball flight was nearly exactly the same. So I reckon there's very little between either of these clubs. Yeah, good shot. So,
Look, okay, that feels okay. I think that is exactly what I thought when we were doing those other videos. That's the Mizuno. I think that feels softer, and whether it's the copper inlay, I don't know.
yeah, see, both these are have that little sort of clunky sort of feel to them. So both
Well,
of
they're
these
firmer, aren't they?
are a little bit firmer. So they both feel pretty well.
Okay, definitely. Definitely the Mizuno and the blade is softer.
Yeah.
Okay, now, no, sorry, I don't want to say it's softer because you know what I mean? Like, because that makes these sound bad.
Yep.
Like I said in the review, they feel more solid. The Mizuno literally is soft, and the only thing that it can be, well, hang on, there could be two things. It could be that the 1,000-ton press compared to the 2,000 makes it feel softer, or it's what makes up that. So even though they're 1025, what is it? Is it the copper inlay that makes it feel different? Oh, I'm not too sure. But certainly the Mizuno sounds softer. Would you agree?
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
mean,
Certainly
it's hard to say, right?
in those ones, like I said, out of these two, I thought there was really not much difference at all.
I probably missed that one a little bit, and it felt similar to the TaylorMade. So maybe I'm missing the TaylorMade a little bit.
It could be. Well, like you said, to me, the 3 and the 3 performed pretty much how I thought they would.
Yeah,
I think if I took both sets of blades out and had a game of golf with them, my performance would be pretty similar. The same thing with the MMCs.
Yeah.
And I think with these, the same. I reckon the numbers with these, the ball flight was very similar. They both feel very similar. Gee, they're nearly the same sort of club.
Well,
The only thing is a little bit different looking down from the top. So,
Yeah, no, there's a slight different shape.
yeah, slight different shape. Oh,
Again, I can't pick one over the other. Maybe the blade lengths on the Mizunos are a little longer, but by very, very little, if anything. Like that felt really good, but it still felt slightly firmer.
when you put these two down on the ground, right,
Yeah, hopefully you'll see them in the close-ups, but
the
would you say the TaylorMade
TaylorMade,
looks better?
the Mizuno looks wider through there. So, yeah, I reckon the TaylorMade sits on the ground quite nice.
I'll get that out of the bottom. Now, I'm just leaning towards a Mizuno for softer feel or sound.
Yeah, well, like I said,
I mean, this has got tungsten and stuff in it, so maybe that's what might make this firmer and whatever else, maybe?
with these two clubs, I felt that they sounded the same and they felt the same,
Yes.
right? The TaylorMade just looks probably just sort of slightly nicer behind the ball.
Then the HMB?
Yeah.
I agree.
It just looks like it's the blade's thinner.
I can't pick the difference between these two.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm pretty sure that it is.
Yes, I
So-
would say it's probably just.
If you have a look at those, it just looks like it sits higher. So I like that little bit thinner look.
Oh, I don't.
See, look, he got no idea. He was hitting them all night.
I don't know.
Do you know what?
I don't know.
All sets of irons, I thought were, well, I thought they performed how I thought they'd perform. Right?
They're exactly right. Yes.
All really good. Always been. I was a big fan of the MMBs because I nearly bought a set of those.
Well,
HMBs.
how about that? I would
right?
say the blade length is longer on the Mizunos. MMC for sure. Blade maybe a small amount. I would even
I
say
reckon
on the
where
770
I reckon where they sit different for me, right,
is towards the toe section.
is here, right?
Yeah.
So when I put them down, right, the toe of the Mizuno is really tall, as where this is a little bit more compact. Do you know what I mean? I know it's still got.
I know there's bugger all in it.
I know it's still got plenty of length and size to it, but this part here is just a little bit smaller. So when I sit it down, this one looks like it's standing right up at me. And you've got to remember that I always have my irons bent up a little bit more right.
That's right.
So that toe is going to come even more towards me.
Visually, it will seem that way.
As where you move that up a few degrees,
it'll look funnier to you, let's say. Or it'll look funnier the other way.
It'll look better.
Yeah.
Because it won't be coming up as much. Yeah. So, but, you know, like...
Look, there is nothing in that.
The shots... I'm pretty sure if we did the distances with these, they'd both be very similar. I could easily put either of these in my bag.
If I had to say it, and again, maybe I hit it better, I don't know. I would say the Mizuno blade felt softer than the TaylorMade. It's either that or I was mishitting it.
I thought the TaylorMade blade was pretty good.
So you're saying the Taylor? So okay. So out of these, which felt better to you?
Maybe the TaylorMade.
Okay,
blade,
I think the Mizuno blade.
I think I get a few more out the toe, and you've got that weight that's moved that way a bit, so it probably helps me a little bit better.
But again, so does Mizuno. So they've done it differently though. Again, they've done it differently. Now, out of those two.
Out of those two, I didn't think there was much difference.
I couldn't find the difference, but I think the TaylorMade may have looked a little smaller by the ball.
I thought they both,
at least the blade length.
They both looked okay, and I thought they both felt very, very similar.
So I want to say that the
much between
TaylorMade was better in the player's cavity. Feel very similar. Couldn't really pick it. They're both blades. They're both mint. I would say the TaylorMade the 7MC, maybe a smidgen over the MMC, but only that's by a visual because I couldn't tell the feel.
But you have a look at all these clubs, right?
And I would say the 770 over the HMB. From a look standpoint, but a feel standpoint over the HMB.
And it's interesting because, like I said, big fan of that.
I haven't hit them. I may as well, but I know what I'm going to say.
Because that was one of the sets of clubs I looked at.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that would have been a good thing for you as well.
But if
I know it's a tiny bit heavy, but not bad.
But certainly anyone, if that's the sort of club you're looking at, either of those would be definitely worthwhile looking at.
Correct.
So Joe, if you're looking for something that looks good, but still got some forgiveness, definitely two that I'd have a look at.
Yes, I do agree. 770 by the ball, 100% looks better than the HMB. 100%.
Yeah. Was it the toe thing?
I think it's the net. I think it's in the hosel area for me.
For you. All right. Well, then for me it was up the other end.
Oh, far out. I can't pick them.
But the feels, the feel's the same, isn't it?
I think the 770 looks better. I think maybe the sound of the HMB is duller.
Yeah, probably
that's
a little
about
bit.
it. Yeah, like it. I know we probably can't hear that.
A tiny
it's like more of a echo. Yeah, it's nothing but.
I think any of these clubs that they've obviously put the time, the effort into it. Like it's forged very well. They all perform exactly how I thought.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I'm going to make up a combo set. I'm going to get one of each.
There you go. Good call.
We've got one of each. I would just bend it.
Yep.
You could definitely.
You're not going wrong with any of them, and that's why I'm glad TaylorMade have done something like that. They've done it very well in the past.
Yeah.
And now they're back. Literally couldn't tell the difference. You're going to have to test them out yourself. No. And there's plenty of other stuff out there for sure. But TaylorMade, I just wanted to illustrate, same materials. They do sound and feel and look slightly different. Yep. You're not going wrong either way.
Like I said, I like the way you can sort of blend them down. I would probably never blend them down as far as a blade.
Yes.
But, you know, you can put the...
Mate, you're just saying
names now.
You've got them,
So you put those two together.
I don't know, what are you doing?
and those two.
Oh, yeah.
So if
yes,
I
yes,
was
yes, yes.
If I was to
you want
blend a set, I would go
Yeah, HMB.
these up higher,
Yeah.
these down, maybe 8 iron down.
Yep.
Right.
Good call. You could do the same thing there.
And probably pretty much the same. But if you look at them, you can have them in your bag and they look
Correct.
cool. But that's why I like with the companies now that are doing that, where you look at it and go, well, do you know, my shorter irons, I want something a little bit like...
Smaller.
Yes,
Playable.
yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Because that's what you've always found is that, you know, you've got these big set of irons that you need, or you've got the more forgiveness
When
where
you
you
get no
need
pitching
it,
wedge, yeah.
and then you suddenly get down to, you know, say 8, 9 and pitching wedge, and you're looking at it going, now these big game improvement ones
That's
don't
right.
suit.
Well,
that part
what
of
you
my game.
want to look at.
Yeah, well, yes, and that part of your game, you know, so that's I like them. I like the way you can blend. Like I said, maybe one of each.
Look, that's impressive. Yeah, no, you're right. No,
To tell the truth, they wouldn't look
you're not going to go wrong.
They wouldn't look that bad.
This was just a thought, literally after we had done the reviews of these, and just thought, what is the difference? Because I was looking and thinking about the size of the heads I've got on mine compared to the 7MC. You're not
It's a
going
good
wrong.
idea because you do get some people that'll say, "Oh, well, you know, I'm looking at buying these.
Yes.
What did you think?" And at least you've had them at the same time. 'Cause
Correct.
like I said, the problem being is when you said about the HMB.
Yes.
Right. I went.
You're trying to think back, it was
it's
hard.
a while since I've hit that now. And when you have them both, you know, if you're looking for that or the 770, look, you'd be happy with that.
I think 7.7. Yeah. Anyway, we've said it. TaylorMade's done a brilliant job. But anyway, we want to thank you guys. Hopefully, it wasn't too much ramble and jumping around. But lots of good stuff going on with the new TaylorMade, even Mizuno stuff, and every other company. So go check it out, get fit, and test out on for yourself. Good job, TaylorMade. Good job, Mizuno.
Yeah, no, doing a great job.
Good job, Train. Cheers, guys.
Plenty of options.
We'll see you next time. Is TaylorMade the new king of the irons? It's up to you to find out. I think they're very close.
I think they're moving in a very, like I said, I thought the last lot were very good, and I think they're continuing to move.
Keep moving where they should do.
Yes.
Beautiful. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
That's
a
what you
weirdo.
say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.